Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's Unseen episode. This is where we round up all the talking points from social media. I'm going to start with the WWE folder. WWE have got plans in the very near future to hold 3 major live events in Mexico, all centered around a show called Super Show Mexico. Super Show Mexico. So, and not only that, they're going to do live events, major live events around it. I wonder if Super Show Mexico would be like main roster, AAA, NXT, TNA. You know, I wonder if it would be like all of those kind of coming together. I wonder if there would be like a separate NXT show, like an NXT kind of takeover type show, maybe on the Sunday if they do Super Show Mexico, maybe a AAA show, a TNA show, Raw, SmackDown. I don't know. Very, very interesting, though. It says in the very near future, and it makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, that AAA purchase was such a game-changing, massive moment. We haven't even seen yet the repercussions of that. We know that we're getting, obviously, Worlds Collide, but yeah, we're going to see loads of stuff to do with Mexico. Actually buying AAA was a massive, massive moment during WrestleMania weekend. That announcement, it was huge. And now we're starting to see things like this. So very interesting. That coming from WrestleVotes Radio. And this is just as bonkers, if not more bonkers. So Larry, thank you. Ben, shout out to you. Per WrestleVotes, Randy Orton versus Nick Aldis is likely the current plan for SummerSlam. Nick Aldis currently planned to wrestle at SummerSlam against Randy Orton. I mean, I'll believe it when I see it. I mean, it's from WrestleVotes, good source. So I've no doubt that it's like being discussed. But until we actually get to it and I actually see the build and I see that it's going that way, I won't really believe it until we get to that point. It's been a couple of times where it's felt like we might get Nick Aldis. Look at WrestleMania, where we needed a mystery person. Turned out to be Joe Hendry. There was quite a few people thinking it was going to be Nick Aldis. And of course it wasn't. It was Joe Hendry. So I don't know. Perhaps they saw people online saying how much they would love for it to have been Nick Aldis. And so I wonder if now they're like, okay, if you want that match, we can do that match. I don't. Is this a good match for Randy to have at SummerSlam? Like, I really like Nick Aldis, and we should definitely do this match. But doesn't this sort of feel a little bit like a B show? Doesn't this sort of feel like something that should have maybe Money in the Bank, Night of Champions, or I don't know, something like this? Like, SummerSlam's a massive, massive show. I don't know if this is the right place for that match, but I won't complain. I'm a real fan of Nick Aldis. I've been enjoying his work since NWA when we were watching Power. So you'll get no complaints out of me. But if we do end up with this, I will be very surprised that that is the match that we give Randy for SummerSlam. But of course, it could have a good story. You know, I'm sure there would be like, I don't know, some sort of power struggle. Maybe Nick Aldis would start turning a bit heelish, or I don't know how we would get there, but it'd be interesting. Lillan Garcia said that she is going to ring announce for Saturday night's main event. Not a big shock, but she is still with the company. So just a nice reminder, she will be the ring announcer next Saturday. So Wrestle Night, thank you. Wrestle Talk saying that there are some new recruits at the Performance Center. Shady El Nahas, 27, from Canada, but was born in Egypt, and he does judo. Francois Prislu, born in Kenya, but coming from South Africa, Kenya, does the discus. He's 23. And Aaron Farah, 27, from Austria. So Gunther's got a friend. That's lovely. And he does judo. So there we go. A couple from judo, one from discus. Really Austria, South Africa, Egypt, kind of via Canada. Yeah, very interesting. So some good new kind of next in line talent, I would imagine that is. I don't think any of these have got like a pro wrestling background. But interesting, always good to see new faces coming in. Of course, these probably won't be their names. Yeah, they'll probably get given something different. But there we go. So, wrestling's biggest fan, thank you. Jeff Cobb's got a message for Jacob. He said, "It ain't no ghost from your past. I see you, Oos. We're going to run this place." So it seems like he's kind of extending the hand of friendship there. But it was very tense, wasn't it? There was no big hug, big smiles or anything like that. It was a very tense moment. So there's Jeff Cobb just speaking, I think, for the first time since his arrival at Backlash. So a world not my own. Shout out to you. OTC, shout out to you. So one of the top matches that has been pitched for Evolution 2, because obviously we found out a few details about that yesterday. Well, one of the matches that's been pitched, Charlotte Flair versus Jade Cargill. Charlotte versus Jade would be pretty fun, actually. Charlotte versus Jade would be pretty fun. I'd be down for seeing that. They have teased it. There's been a few looks, actually, a few times, so I'd be down for that. So that coming from WrestleVotes Radio, so OTC, thank you. And this is the last thing in this folder. So CM Punk has now replaced or been replaced by Seth Rollins in that Night of Champions promo. You might remember Night of Champions. It's going to be in Saudi Arabia. And it's very interesting because CM Punk has been quite outspoken about people that have been to Saudi. He's not a fan of wrestling going over to Saudi. And so certainly because, you know, it's all for the money and it's all a bit, you know, business. It's business, right? And so, yeah, him now being in the promo video has definitely grabbed attention. Well, he's not in it anymore. He's been taken out of it now. He's been replaced by Seth Rollins. So now that's casting doubt as to whether he's going to actually be at Night of Champions. I wonder if he's seen a lot of the chatter around how he spoke out about people going, and now it looks like he's going. And I wonder if he's picked up the phone and been like, "Get me out of that video because I ain't going." I wonder what's going on. I'd love to know what the situation is with that. It'll be very, very interesting to see if he ends up going. So that was WWE. Let's go into other. Yes, Saturday night's main event. So I think there is a UFC show this weekend. I haven't had a chance to look into that, though. And to be honest, my head is still pretty much spinning coming out of WrestleMania, the shows after WrestleMania. We weren't too long then we were into Backlash. We're literally next weekend going into Saturday night's main event. I sort of feel like it's just wrestling overload at the moment, which I'm definitely here for. No complaints out of me. But yeah, it sort of means this weekend I'm not really ready for anything that's not wrestling. Haven't really had a chance to sit down and I haven't even looked to see what's happening this weekend. So I think what I need to do is I need to get myself sort of sorted and get some thumbnails made and bits and bobs for the future. So I was sort of looking at this weekend being a quieter weekend and just doing unseens. But then someone sent me this. So Playboy, thank you. So Saturday night's main event, Hogan versus Big Boss Man in a steel cage. They're going to show that on WWE Vault. So I am totally down for doing the watch along. We can do a live watch along as this airs on WWE Vault on YouTube. So, yeah, let's have some fun with that. So, I am definitely down for this. I haven't looked into it. I can't tell you what time it starts or anything like that. But I am definitely down for doing the watch-along for that this weekend. So, we'll do that. I'll get working on getting the stream set up for that as soon as possible. Right, Matt Cardona was talking to Chris Van Vliet. And he said that he's reached out to WWE a few times, but he's had no offer back about coming back. And he was asked, "Are you surprised about that?" And he said, "Honestly, yeah. I'm obviously missing something, but I just don't know what it is." And Chris said, "Well, would you come back as Zack Ryder if they were going to do like a Rumble spot?" And he's like, "Every year I've had my gear ready." So he's ready to come back. I think he's desperate to come back. But, I mean, it's not the end of his world. You know, he's obviously doing a good job on the indie scene. But, I don't know. It's a tricky one, isn't it? I wonder if he's just... That Zack Ryder character might not be Triple H's taste. So, you know, that means that we go with Matt Cardona instead. I wonder if they're looking at Matt Cardona and they're just thinking, you know, is he built up his following enough? I don't see the buzz around Matt Cardona that I do around, say, Carrion at the moment. I get a lot of people tagging me in Carrion stuff. There's a lot of buzz around Joe Hendry. There was a great buzz around LA Knight. I don't get that same vibe around Matt Cardona at the moment. In fact, things are quite quiet, I would say. I wonder if that's just missing. It's hard to say, isn't it? Hard to say. But a very interesting interview. Larry, shout out to you. So, former WWE Women's Champion Jazz back in WWE at the Performance Center, training with NXT's Carmen Petrovic. So, Jazz is like a guest trainer for the week, and she's just kind of working with that female talent. And here, Carmen Petrovic said post-training with the absolute trailblazer. The Phenom still and always will have it. So there we go, Jazz at the PC. Very, very cool. Nails and NY, thank you. Said, did I see this? Now, I've been tagged in this quite a bit. So I have, but I haven't done anything with it. Because to be honest, it's all to do with NWA. And I think for our community is largely WWE. And so when it comes to the stuff outside of WWE, I give it a glance. I sort of treat it the same way I treat the Wyatt Six's personal accounts, you know. If it's WWE, if it's Wyatt Six account, I'm interested. If it's the Fringe stuff, then I just give it a little glance. So I gave this a little glance and I was like, okay, yeah. But I didn't watch all of it. And I should have watched all of it. Because I think this gives you a real glimpse as to what we could do with Natalya in WWE. So let's press play. Let's have a look. We'll skip forward a bit. It's basically Natalya getting ready for her match at NWA. And she is basically taking off a lot of the character that we see. Just leaving her and what she's going to be going forward, right? I don't know if she'll be able to do this in WWE, but it gives you a real glimpse of what we could do with Natalya, right? Let's skip forwards.
Some people get fast cars, or drugs, or a piece on the side, just to feel alive. But me, I just need the taste of blood in my mouth. Feeling of bruises underneath my clothes. And the rush of kill or be killed. I don't need to get something else to feel alive, Kenzie. I need to be someone else. Someone who is going to come to your house and beat your ass. And smile while doing it.
It's good, isn't it? It's good. I think it's really good. So she's wearing, like, you know, the fake eyelashes. She's got her makeup on. She's got a nice entrance jacket on. She takes that off. You saw the fake lashes coming off. She smudges the face paint. This is the side of Natalya that's been missing in WWE. This is the stuff that we've needed. Granted, they've not given her that opportunity. I don't know if she's been going to them with ideas. I would think that she has. But she's just found herself in a situation where other girls have been prioritized and she's just kind of fallen down the pecking order. No one will ever be able to explain to me why we did not make her the first Intercontinental champ, the first women's Intercontinental champ. Lyra could have won it a few weeks later and she could have still done everything that she done. But the record books could have shown that the first women's champ was Natalya. And I think that would have been a lovely honor to have given her. Even if you didn't give her like a big run, you know, you could have given her a couple of weeks, had her defend it against Lyra, lose it to Lyra. I think she should have had that. I think the record books should have said Natalya was the first women's Intercontinental. And then when you look at stuff like this, videos like this, you can see a glimpse of an alternative future for Natalya. But again, is it just a case that WWE have got shiny new toys like Julia, Stephanie, Roxanne that they want to play with instead? Don't know. Very interesting. I was wrong to just dismiss it because of it not being really WWE, but Nails and NY, thank you. No Good, aka Shockwave, said, good news. You can now get The Rock's tequila. Bad news. It's £41 a bottle. So they're selling this in Tesco's, which is a UK grocery store. It's where a lot of people get their weekly shop from. We've got Tesco's, Sainsbury's, Morrison's, Asda. We don't have Walmart's over here. Asda's actually, or was, I don't know if it still is, owned by Walmart. But we've got several big supermarket chains where people could do their weekly shops. And looks like Tesco's, I don't know if the others have got it, but Tesco's are now selling Teremana. Do you know what? I might be tempted to give it a go. I'm not really a tequila person, though. I've got to be pretty drunk to want tequila anyway. So, I don't know. Maybe not. I'm sure it's good, but it's available now if anyone wants to give it a try. Master Taker, shout out to you. So, major update. Billy Jack Haynes was declared mentally unfit to stand trial by a judge. So, do you remember he killed his wife? His wife had dementia. And he killed his wife. We don't know the details, but now word has come out that this was last year. But now word has come out that he's actually been deemed mentally unfit to stand trial. So he will be transferred to Oregon State Hospital for further evaluation and treatment until he can be deemed fit to proceed to trial. So just a horrible situation. I don't know obviously what's gone on there. I mean, there's not much in the way of details, but just an awful situation. So, yeah. Mitchell, Nikki Bella is going to pay Artem $3,500 a month in child support. That is crazy. So they've obviously separated because of that incident, but there may have been other incidents, but obviously that incident with the police being called and domestic assault and all that stuff. So it's crazy they've gone their separate ways, and now she's going to have to pay him $3,500. I mean, it is child support, it is to support the child, but even so, that's a crazy amount of money. She's a very rich woman though, but I think he's got money though, hasn't he? I don't think he's hurting for money. So, I don't know. That whole thing just seems crazy to me, but I'm an outsider that knows very little about that situation. But she's going to have to pay $3,500 a month in child support. Mitchell, shout out to you. Larry, shout out to you. So, WWE alumnus Tatanka has announced via Instagram that he, along with his wife and sons, are going to be attending Saturday night's main event in Tampa. That's so cool. It's going to be so great to see Tatanka there. I know his kids look really, really good. I don't know if we're going to do something involving them, but honestly, just having Tatanka back on WWE TV, I'm really excited for Saturday night's main event. I love the legends, so this is a show that always appeals to me. And just terrible news. So, Jim Ross took to Twitter earlier to announce that he has sadly been diagnosed with colon cancer. So, obviously wishing him all the very best with his road to recovery. Seen AEW tweeting out about it and lots of people in the business tweeting out about it. So, very much thoughts with Jim Ross there. So, Wrestle Night, thank you. So that was the other folder. We've got fun and community to go. Here's Naomi. She said, look at this bag. We're ready for Naomi to put mofos to sleep. And look at the bag. It's Jade Cargill after she got attacked. That is brilliant. That is brilliant. So Naomi loving that. This is just bonkers. It's not even really wrestling related, but Sam Roberts tweeted it out, so it kind of is. Here, look, TGI Fridays said, someone tell Chili's to stay in their lane. Y'all are not mozzarella stick people. We are. That's it. That's the tweet. And this was posted on the 14th of May, 2025. because I thought these guys had gone out of business, right? Here's Chili's. They said, right, at us next time. So don't just do that, like actually at us. Also, we honestly didn't know that you were still open. Congrats. I do like it when these companies kind of go off at each other. Wendy's and McDonald's have had some really fun back and forths. So there we go. TGI Fridays and Chili's going at it. Okay, this is a little X-rated, but it never crosses the line, in my opinion, right? But obviously, it's more than suggestive. So if you want to skip forward, okay? You have been warned in case there's youngsters around. So a better leg drop than Hulk Hogan. There's no nudity or anything. Trust me, I've checked. I've gone through this clip at least 20 times. There's no nudity, right? I've expanded the video and everything. So here we go. Check this out. And the commentators are pretty fun.
¿Esto es su lucha libre o un lap dance? Cara, espérate, tiene un mamón name like Justin Thrusting
I don't know what language he's speaking, but there's bits of English that comes through. I understood lap dance, and I understood Justin Thrusting. Yeah? Justin Thrusting. Oh, my God. If we see Thrusting Justin in Evolve soon, I will not be shocked. Right? I will not be shocked.
¿Esto es su lucha libre o un lap dance? Cara, espérate, tiene un mamón name like Justin Thrusting Justice.
Justin Thrusting Justice. It doesn't need the justice. Thrusting Justin is fine. Justice Thrusting Justin. I don't know which way round I would go. Would I go Thrusting Justice Justin? Or would I go Justin Thrusting Justice? I don't know, but I'm here to explore all of the options. Plus also, this guy, I know I keep pausing it, but I can't get over it. This clip's the greatest clip I've ever seen. Plus also, this guy, the way that he talks, he really gets into it. Like this. Thrusting Justice. I think it's Vince, actually. Goddamn. Thrusting Justice. Is really into it. Let's go. Honestly, this guy, he puts in some work. Respect.
¿Esto es su lucha libre o un lap dance? Cara, espérate, tiene un mamón name like Justin Thrusting Justice. Espérate.
Why does this guy get so into this clip? I don't even know if he's making any noise in whatever language he's speaking.
Tiene un mamón name like Justin Thrusting Justice. Espérate. Parece un rabbit on hinge libre. De repente, pinche better leg drop than Hulk Hogan. Mira con los George. Espérate. Parece un rabbit on hinge libre. De repente, pinche better leg drop than Hulk Hogan. Mira con los George. Cuerpazo de hombre.
I mean, I don't understand. He's talking in a different language. But then why does he say a better leg drop than in English? A better leg drop than Hulk Hogan? And I'm sure he says jorts at some point as well. I don't understand any of this. I don't understand anything that's happening here. Right? I don't understand. Why are all these people watching? Is this a perv convention? Is this you lot? Is this what you lot do in your spare time? I don't understand. I'm willing to learn.
Espérate. Parece un rabbit on hinge libre. De repente, pinche better leg drop than Hulk Hogan. Mira con los George. Cuerpazo de hombre. Was so pinche. That was oddly satisfying con el tep.
That was oddly satisfying. How do we not understand a lot of what he says? But then there's just the occasional thing that comes through. Plus this woman here, she was flipping loving it. She was loving it.
El espérate. Parece un rabbit on hinge libre. De repente, pinche better leg drop than Hulk Hogan. Mira con los George. Cuerpazo de hombre. Was so pinche. That was oddly satisfying con el tap-on string de su ruca. Le vale madre al vato, güey. Uf, messed up his. Esto su.
Mate, so good. So good. I feel like we could do an hour-long video on that. We could do a real breakdown of absolutely everything that's going on, but we've got to think of the kids. Yeah, we've got to think of the kids, so we need to move on. This is good. Larry, shout out to you. This is from Montreal in 2004. This is Kevin Steen and Samoa Joe.
So this is the place, huh? Yeah. It's a nice movie set up there. Yeah. We're gonna... Oh, that's Kevin.
So it's you.
I know, it's
Okay.
like that.
You're the one, no. You're the one who's here to beat me up. Right?
Kevin's Spoitano.
You're the one who's here to destroy what I've been building for the last year, right?
Kev.
You're the one, You're the one who's here to destroy my reputation.
No.
You know I beat Christopher Daniels, right? So guys like you, indie stars, they don't scare me.
Hey, comment se passe, Kevin?
Indie stars? Yeah.
Christopher Daniels. You know, it's funny. Christopher Daniels never beat me. And indie stars don't headline pay-per-views in Japan. And someday when you leave beautiful Montreal, Canada. Maybe. You'll be in my league. But until then, Kevin Steen, just pray that you walk out of our match tomorrow night.
That's good, isn't it? That's a very young Kevin Steen, a young Samoa Joe as well. Look at him there. Isn't that crazy? Crazy. Tell you what, though, really good promo, because I'm watching this, I'm like, man, if that was like a local promotion, like, I'd really want to be seeing that match, you know? From 2004. Amazing. Larry, again, thank you. Grayson Waller came this close to wiping out Rhea Ripley. Check this.
Hopefully going back here in October. The WWE. Oh my god! Hopefully next time he just doesn't try to run me over, you know?
He almost take. Look, you can see him in the background. Grayson Waller. Whoa, whoa.
Oh my god!
There we go. Dominik Mysterio said he was paid $5,000 for his part in WWE when he was younger. He claims after one visit to Toys R Us, spending about $400, his parents told him he had nothing left. Brilliant. Love that. That's good parenting right there. Johnny's sack. Shout out to you, my friends. Johnny, you weren't, this isn't you in the, that's not you, is it? In the gold pants, Johnny's sack. Because I might have just seen you. But anyway, moving on. Here we've got Solo Sikoa laughing in the back. Yeah, so good promo.
Yeah! Like I said, light them all up, and I'ma knock their ass down. I'm fresh off the scale with it. I'm gonna cut all wrong with it. Y'all know what I mean? I just dog walk their ass.
Look at Solo. Look at Solo.
I told you, I got a game plan too.
There we go. I don't know what he was laughing at. I don't know what he was laughing at. There was not really anything there that I thought was that funny. I don't know if they just said something as they kind of walk round the corner. But you can see as he comes round, just keep an eye on Solo. That smile. Has to cover his mouth. Even Jeff Cobb's got a smile on his face. So I don't know what that was. Right, yeah, this is pretty fun. So CM Paul, shout out to you. So here, look, Ben, this is Brooks Jensen, said Ethan Page used to share the ring with Bruno Sammartino. That's how old he is. Young OG is worried about some bald guy. Miles Bourne can't hear his own thoughts. Yeah. I've got this one in the bag. So this is going to be a live show, this Fatal 4-Way. And so Brooks Jensen's like, I've got this. And he just kind of goes through the others. Ethan responded, the only bag you'll get from WWE is a garbage bag with your shiz in it at the end of your contract. That's a good line, innit? That's a good line. Right, here, look, we've got backstage behind the scenes. Randy at Backlash. And the best part here, he talks afterwards about performing in front of his family, might not have got the win, but it was still an honour, blah, blah, blah. But I like the bit where he hears the crowd and he's like, ooh, Are they on my side? Let's check it out. There's, here we go, look. Ooh, I don't know. That to me is the best part. That bit there where he's like, ooh, the music hits. Oh, I don't know. And then afterwards, he just talks about how he was in front of his family. He wished he'd have got the win. He wished he had that title belt. But, you know, he got to perform in front of his friends, in front of his family. And it was not all a bad night at the office. So, interesting little clip. Wrestle Night, thank you. The inspiration and the art. So, this is Jason Baker. And Jason Baker, of course, maker of the Fiend mask and all of the Wyatt Six stuff. So here's the inspiration. You can see what they've kind of gone for, and then that's what they ended up with for Rhea Ripley. So interesting, isn't it? It's just good to get a bit of an insight into that. Oh, and this is shocking. Honestly, I was stunned. It goes for 54 seconds. You're not going to believe what John Cena says here. There's a bit of bad language, but you've got to remember Cena is a heel now. So, Pray and Use the Sports, thank you. This is a surprise.
I'm garbage. I'm washed. I can't wrestle. I'm a terrible champion, and this heel turn has somehow managed to be worse than my wrestling abilities. These jabronis at WWE Creative got me dropping the same fucking promo every week and got me taking poundings in the ring harder than Riley Reid on Blacked.com. I see the WWE fans roasting me on the internet, but this isn't my fault, it's all The Rock's fault. Or should I say, the Ghost. This bald head fraud went ghost mode after Elimination Chamber. He promised that he would be my manager during this heel run, but homie shat his pants and turned into Casper. I know him and Vince were friends with Diddy back in the day, so maybe he's partying it up with Vince and LeBron at those freak-offs in Cancun. I think I'll be joining them soon because after this recent booking, I think I should retire early. So I want to thank the Ghost and WWE Creative for ruining my retirement tour. Fucking idiots. I'm garbage, I'm
Wow. I mean, wow. It's only when I've watched that back I've thought, I probably should have put that as the top story, actually. There's a lot more stuff in there than I remember when I watched it earlier. That is... Whew. I don't know who Riley Reid is. That must be like an upcoming wrestler. Must be like an upcoming talent. I quickly Google searched and I saw her on a beach. I think she was doing some training with a lot of guys. She was around a lot of guys, so I think she's probably doing a lot of like wrestling training with the men. But yeah, I'll have to have a look into that. But yeah, wow, there we go. John Cena finally breaks his silence and goes off script, said Friendly Wrestling. Insane. Right, let's go into community. So Raymond, shout out to you, managed to get a like from Ariana Grace, who I just heard is going to be wrestling on TNA next week. She's going to be taking on Tessa. Right, Wrestle Night, shout out to you, getting is it a like? Oh, a repost from Ethan Very Goods. Oh, that's next level, isn't it? Getting a repost. And I Am the Colour Red, shout out to you. You are in, you're going, look at that, going to Clash in Paris. Very good. Shout out to you. You must be rich because ticket prices are extortionate. So, if you are watching this, I Am the Colour Red, please be my sugar daddy. Right, let's go to thanks and let's get out of here. So, bang. No Good, a.k.a. Shockwave, Jang Tae-sang, Little Bit of a Fan, Sweet Chin Wrestling, Fly Music. There was a lot of people kind of retweeting older unseens. I think it's because I was really late sharing this online, which I understand. So I think people have got maybe a bit confused. So I think this folder's a bit confused as a result. But I don't know. I appreciate all the support. Doesn't matter if you share this one, old ones. Makes no difference to me. Wrestling's biggest fan, Raymond, Robin, MW Flash, MLW Flash, Bean Elite, Larry, Armando, Daboomer, CM Chunk, Bradley, Casey, Claire Webb, Huddle Talk, and I'm sure there was others as well. There was a real mixture of new ones, old ones. It was carnage. A big thank you to everyone that supports this video series. And yeah, hope you've all had a good day. We'll be back later with SmackDown this weekend. Of course, we'll be doing that watch along for Saturday night's main event, the old one with Hogan and Big Boss Man. Next weekend, we'll be doing Saturday night's main event, the current one, this one, right? So lots of wrestling on the way, which is always good news. So thanks for watching. Appreciate it. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.